Do everyone a service.
I wouldn't say we're being difficult by asking you a question.
Well, yeah, you've been problematic and you've been difficult with us. And you're clearly anti...
Turns up at East Midlands Airport with permission to take photographs, yet airport staff still manage to turn it into a police matter. The officers arrive already looking for a reason to pin something on them, pressing for details they were never entitled to, simply because the camera made people uncomfortable. Instead of asking why staff had called them in the first place, they treat lawful photography like suspicious behaviour and keep pushing, long after it's obvious no offence has been committed. The ending only makes the whole thing look worse, because when the law gives them nothing, they fall back on banning MB Media from the airport.
So why are you here? Who gave you permission? And what are you doing? There are three decent questions.
We're obliged to answer any of those questions.
Well, you're on a private property taking photographs. So we're asking the question just to see why you're here.
Isn't this a public footpath?
This is a private airport.
Yeah, but is this a... yeah.
So to take photographs, you should have permission from them. If you have, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you know what it's about.
Not being difficult, fellas. We're just checking who you are.
Because we've had 3 phone calls today, and
right.
we thought on the third one we need to come and ask.
3? Wow.
What's the hostility for, mate? We're being civil with you.
We're not being hostile.
You are, mate. It's a security matter. We're checking you out. We're being overly polite, and you clearly got a problem with us. So what's the issue?
I asked you if we were obliged to answer the question, and that's all I've asked.
I'm not stupid. We're doing our job, mate. That's all we're doing. So I don't see what the issue is.
Right, we're photographers, we're taking photos, that's it.
We are stood on a public footpath though, aren't we? I know this is a private road, but...
we are a terrorist threat here, and when people start taking photographs, people start asking questions.
Yeah. So. I mean, there's loads of places you can take photos around here of the airport, you know.
We normally accommodate them if we want to have a nice chat, and that's what we're here for.
Have you got details?
So it's how you speak to people.
They've got permission from the airport.
No. Have you got details?
No, not here.
Can we get the details? Can you speak to the duty manager?
Yeah.
Ask him.
Look, it was Lynn Groves, wasn't it, on that thing we gave it permission?
Yeah. Speak to the duty manager.
Do you suspect us of committing any crimes?
I suspect of you that you've not got proper permission. And
right.
as
It's
far
just
as
shown
I'm
him.
concerned, if I speak to the duty manager and they say they don't want you on the airport, we'll get you banned from the airport.
Wow.
So
have you got any identification on you, fella?
I haven't got any on me, no.
What's your name, buddy?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Watch this closely, because a routine drone inquiry quickly turns into a legal dispute. Before we unpack it, like the video, subscribe, and comment with your view. The officer questions a flight because of the claimed no-fly zone, while the pilot says he has airport authorization and has not even launched yet. The key issue is that airspace restrictions can apply regardless of who owns the land below. But private property rights and launch permissions are separate questions.
Obliged to give it you?
It would help with our inquiries, because we don't want to make it any more difficult for you.
Right.
So I just want to check you out in our system to make sure you aren't any sort of security threat to the airport or us. Right. So it's up to you.
Yeah.
At this stage you don't, but if we escalate things, then you might not have a choice. And
I'm going to instigate that, yeah.
So,
because
what's your name, mate?
Right. I'd rather not give it you at the moment, if that's okay.
Fine. Suits me.
Yeah, if I'm not obliged to.
Forthcoming with any.
I mean, are we suspected of
anything?
anything?
No, you've said no, mate. So.
A member of the public can take photographs.
You're not suspected of anything. What we're saying is, have you got the right permission to be
It's just
filming
shown
on
you.
a security
Yeah, it's just shown you the permission.
restrictive area? Well, no, we've seen an email from a female that we don't know.
Right.
She's not management at the airport, as far as we're aware, and you need it from management.
I'm asking you a question.
Where does it say that anywhere in there is a restricted area?
Lots of places. If you actually look on the...
Can
you let me finish?
If you can show me
If you let me finish...
get ratty.
No, it's you that's interrupting me, and I will get ratty if I want to get ratty. All the perimeter fencing, every 20 metres has got security signs on it. Alright? And as far as I'm concerned, take your details. Why are you recording? No, we haven't got your details.
Well, you're done saying what you were saying.
Why are you
about
recording?
The perimeter fencing, because there's no perimeter fencing on that footpath there. It's all over there.
This is private land. I've said my piece, and that's all I'm saying. So
that's
we'll
a no.
We'll take your details.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
We'll take your details, and we'll get the duty manager to say that you're not allowed to be on the airport.
This chap's refusing details, so...
Right, okay.
Because...
I know yesterday...
Is there any reason why you're being difficult, mate? I'm asking you civilly. Because we were overly polite with you.
I'm standing up for my rights, that's all. If I'm not obliged to give you details, then I won't.
So police officers in uniform come along after we've had a complaint of how you spoke to people. You're in a high security area of an airport. The current threat nationally is severe. We don't know you from Adam.
Now the disagreement becomes much more specific. The officer argues that permission from the property owner is required, while the pilot distinguishes flying through airspace from taking off or landing on private land. UK CAA guidance confirms that airspace rules apply independently of land ownership, while permission may be required to operate from privately owned land. So the important question is not simply private property or not, but exactly which restriction applies to this flight and whether the pilot has the required authorization.
We've come along, asked you what you're up to, and straight away you had attitude with us. We didn't with you, and you've been. I don't understand why, if you've got nothing to hide, why wouldn't you be polite and just say, here's my ID, mate, here's the email, we'd do a couple of checks and that's it. But
Because
you're making a drama out of
and
nothing.
you didn't ask me for my details immediately.
So why are you taking that? Why would you be difficult with the cops when they come along to check you out? If we're just trying to do everyone a service.
I wouldn't say we're being difficult by asking you a question.
Well, yeah, you've been problematic and you've been difficult with us. And you're clearly anti-police.
We've spoke to the manager.
Not at all,
Lynn
not
Groves is only a property officer. She's not even anything to do with the actual managing of the airport at all.
Well, you've seen on the email, it was her that emailed
We've
me,
spoke to the duty manager. You don't have permission. She's not going to give you permission. Okay. Obviously, we won't be doing our job. This is a security sensitive area. We won't be doing our job if we didn't check people who are taking photographs of a security restricted area. Yeah. Obviously, you've got some sophisticated equipment here. We don't know how close you can get to stuff, what you can take photographs of.
Well,
we don't know that. I don't know who you
I'm
are.
just a member of the public with a camera.
But I don't know that.
It's no more complicated than that.
I don't know that.
There's nothing outstanding on me.
I don't know that because you're not giving me your details.
I'm telling you that.
So
If
you
you
know
don't
to
give
the
me your
police,
details, then obviously we'll have to decide.
The police,
It's just
sir.
on the card, on the memory
You
card.
said there's nothing outstanding.
I-
That's,
Yeah,
if you hadn't been in,
You've already said, we're not obliged to give you any details, and we're not suspected of any crime. So
I'm asking the gentleman's first name.
just, yeah.
I'm not asking for his date of birth
Yeah,
or his address. I'm asking
No,
for
I know
his
that,
first
yeah,
name.
yeah,
If he's civil
yeah.
check, so instead of saying,
Yeah.
oi.
But he's speaking to him, isn't he? But you don't suspect us of. You've seen what's on here.
Is there any reason why you're being awkward?
I'm not being awkward. I just know what's right and what's wrong. I've done nothing wrong today at all, other than ask you guys some questions.
Well,
I've asked you what section of 24 or whatever section of PACE I am legally obliged to give you my details.
well, like I said
But if
to
you
you,
can't answer that, I'm going to walk off there now.
okay, well, you've got that, but obviously the point what I'm trying to say to you is, without getting your details.
This is where the encounter takes a serious turn. The officer threatens arrest, questions the authenticity of the authorization, and then demands the pilot's name. But UK policing powers are tied to specific legal conditions. There is no general rule that a person must give their name simply because an officer asks. Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002 can require details in an antisocial behavior context, while a PACE arrest requires suspected involvement in an offense and reasonable grounds that arrest is necessary.
Can't ban you from the airport. Just find out in the bylaws whether we can get anything,
Tell you
because
what,
if we will...
I'll email them myself and ban myself like you would do at a bookmaker.
No, it's all right. We're going to just find out whether there's any
That's
offences
that's the only reason.
All we need to do is just make sure.
And it won't be that. Right? And that satisfies them.
Well, I just want to make sure that you're not here for any other reason. Else I wouldn't be doing my job. I mean, do you go on holiday? Do you fly and things like that?
No.
I guess you do.
What guessing games are you playing? No, I don't play guessing games.
Why are you so obnoxious?
I'm not playing guessing games over what section
Why are you
of
so
PACE is
obnoxious?
relevant here. Why can't you answer the questions that I've asked
All I'm
you?
just
What
trying to-
section of PACE applies? I'm lawfully
I spoke to you, mate, and they said you were difficult with them. So if you've got permission off them, why would you then be difficult with their staff who
I
are just checking on
I
you?
explained my side of the situation, that we're on a public footpath. We've got an email
This is not.
from the
This
lady.
here is not a public footpath.
Do you want to have a walk over with me to that footpath?
Well, I'm
over
not
there,
going to
and I'll
walk
show you the
anywhere
sign?
because you're here at the minute.
Well, that sign applies.
So that's the only place you've taken photographs.
That sign,
They came from that direction. They've been
that sign over there denotes a public footpath. Do you want to come on over and take a look at it?
Are we being detained at the moment?
We're asking questions, that's all we're doing.
I know.
We've done it. Thanks for that.
Two steps, mate. Just spoke to my colleague. Those out his inquiries, please. So we're happy as police that you're no threat to us or the airport. That's all we're asking.
I'm not threat to you. Now, Are we being detained? And if so, on what grounds?
We'll tell you in about 10 seconds. He's just been speaking to the airport duty manager, trying to get a full picture, and you'll get an update now.
Free to go.
You're free to go, but like I said, you've not got permission to come back onto the airport land taking photographs.
Right.
That's from the manager of the airport. All right.
See you, fellas.
The confrontation now shifts from drone authorization to alleged intimidation. The officer appears to suggest that his body language itself could amount to an offense, but criminal liability requires more than an officer simply finding someone intimidating. For example, Section 5 of the Public Order Act requires threatening or abusive words or behavior or disorderly behavior, together with the statutory circumstances causing likely harassment, alarm, or distress. The footage therefore raises an important question. Was there evidence of those legal ingredients or merely disagreement?